Well, they can if Anthony Davis can solidify that he deserved and was not prematurely included on the NBA's All-75 list, all-time 75 best players ever. Because when you look at that list, AD is the second youngest guy on it. The only guy younger on it is Giannis. KD, Steph, Harden, Dame are guys still in their prime who are on it, and we know the older guys who are on it. But theoretically, that should mean that, of course, Anthony Davis can carry a team that has another all-star. I don't think Russ is anywhere close to his prime anymore, but he's still a good NBA player with a decent roster around him. I don't love how the roster is built, but if you are one of the greatest players in the history of the game, in your apex prime, you should not have to always be alongside the greatest player in the history of the game in order for your team to stay afloat. And right now, Chris Broussard and Anthony Davis was good yesterday, and he was good yesterday because he stayed inside. He stayed in the paint for the most part. When Anthony Davis is at his best, he is a top 3 defender in basketball. He is a dominant interior presence who has the ability to step out and shoot a few jump shots. Now, this year, he's the worst jump shooter in basketball, but that'll regress to the mean somewhat. But Anthony Davis, honestly, since the championship, has been playing more like the skinny 6'2" point guard from Chicago that he was before he hit his growth spurt. And he's not that guy. And so I think, Broussard, that this is about AD. AD is supposed to be not one of the around 12 best players in the sport. He's supposed to be in the argument for one of the 5 best players in the sport, and he hasn't been since the bubble. So can they? Yes, if Anthony Davis steps up, they can, but I need to see it.
All right, Nick, a quick correction. Anthony Davis has never played with the greatest player ever, Michael Jordan. I think that was a misstatement, accident. But just a quick correction there.
Weird.
But look, we're talking about the Lakers surviving 2 weeks, roughly, without LeBron. Maybe not even that. Not 2 months. And in the next 2 weeks, here's who they play. The Clippers, Boston, here you go. Memphis without Ja Morant, Oklahoma City, and Orlando. You're darn tootin' that they should be able to thrive without LeBron. Against that, they should go at least 3-2. Even if Anthony Davis doesn't play like one of the top 5 players in the league. All right, they should be able to go 3-2. AD, to your point, Nick, he was put on the top 75 team prematurely. All right, next group, top 100, 25 years from now, he could be on that. But it was premature, I believe, to put him on the top 25 or top 75. But look, you've got AD in his prime. Russ, not quite his prime, Nick, but toward the tail end still of his prime. I mean, the last 6 games, and Russ not getting enough credit. The last 6 games, here's his stats. 25.7 points, 8.5 assists, 8.3 rebounds, only 3.8 turnovers on 49% shooting. Russell Westbrook is balling. He's playing off the ball, right, a good amount of time. He's being aggressive, going to the hole. So I think the Lakers against that group of teams should be fine without LeBron. Now, if you had to go longer, of course, they can't do anything without him. But, yeah, for 2 weeks, Jenna, Wilds, they'll be fine without LeBron.
All right, so, Broussard, I'm going to put this question to you. Do you think LeBron needs to gas AD up more? Because when AD first came over to the Lakers, it was this idea that LeBron was eventually going to pass the torch. Maybe AD could not only be the MVP of the Lakers, he could be the MVP of the whole league. And AD is in the most rare spots for a LeBron teammate. If you go through the other great players LeBron James played with, go to Miami. D. Wade, I know this is your team. You won a championship. You cool if you take a back seat? Yes. Hey, Chris Bosh, I know that you were on a steady rocket ship to the Hall of Fame. You okay if you just rebound, facilitate, hit corner threes? Yes. Go back to Cleveland. Hey, Kyrie, I know you were the number 1 pick, supposed to be the savior of the franchise, but I'm back. You cool with just, occasionally scoring 20, score 30, hit a game-winning shot? Yes, that lasted for a little while, and Kyrie's like, I'm out of here. Right. Kevin Love, you're a 20 and 20 guy. You cool if you take a back seat, also shoot corner threes? Yes. Then it comes to AD. LeBron says, AD, are you willing to step up so I can take a step back? And AD's answer to this point, from what we've seen, has been like, sometimes I'll do it, but it's still your team. And we know that AD's personality is a little quieter. So the question to you is this. Do you think LeBron needs to actively, like over the top, gas AD, like, AD, this is your team, publicly. I need you to come out. I need you to play strong. He's saying in the postgame, we need to find ways to win. Look in the mirror. You're the guy. You're the guy. So do you think LeBron has a responsibility to push AD to the next level?
I think LeBron's tried, Wilds. We've heard LeBron in the past when AD first got there, what'd he say? We're going to run the offense through AD. I have accepted that Anthony Davis is what he is because, like you and probably like LeBron, I expected after the championship that it would become AD's team last year, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that he would take the torch from LeBron and be that guy, maybe win the MVP last year. And not only does he not step it up, he actually has his worst season since his rookie year. Look, AD is this, Nick.
That's right.
AD is a number 1 talent. AD puts up number 1 stats, and other people, executives in the league, have told me this too. But AD does not have the number 1 demeanor, the number 1 leadership skills, or he has the lack thereof, and the number 1 motor or energy. And I don't even know if he's got the number 1 drive or ambition. He's a number 1 talent who's really a number 2 player. Well, I think LeBron, he wouldn't say it publicly, but inside, he's probably accepted that. You know this, Nick, as well as anyone. They've got the same agent. They hang out. They're great friends. LeBron is trying to lead, has led him by example. He sees LeBron's work ethic, and he still hasn't brought it. I just don't know that it's going to happen with AD.
Listen, I don't think work ethic is a problem for Anthony Davis. I know you're not saying it is. I think he's brittle.
Right.
And I think that's clear. I think he works. I just wonder if he's working at the wrong stuff sometimes. Wilds, you said should LeBron gas him up? I would posit this. I think AD's been gassed up a little too much in the wrong way. Do you remember when KD did his best all-time roster? Can we show it real quick? And he included Anthony Davis, not Tim Duncan. And then Kevin Durant and I had a very nice back and forth on Twitter about this very point. And here's one of the things KD said about why he would take Anthony Davis over Tim Duncan. AD can knock down that 3, middies from everywhere, and handle if need be. A cheat code for any team ever created. But the problem is it's just not true. Anthony Davis is shooting 19% from 3 this year. You might be like, this is too small sample size. Okay, he's shooting 24% from 3 since the championship. Russell Westbrook's shooting 31% from 3, and people can't stop crushing him for ever shooting them. Russell Westbrook's 8 inches shorter than Anthony Davis. He can shoot, middies for when he need be. He's been this year, and it'll get better, the worst mid-range jump shooter in basketball. What he is unstoppable at is on the defensive end, and against the vast majority of teams, they have no one down low that can deal with his size, strength, and footwork. But you've got, Kevin Durant, who is a brilliant basketball mind in addition to being a brilliant basketball player, looks at the AD package as, he included him on his all-time roster, 12 guys.
Which is ridiculous.
And I just don't, of course, but, and I understand, it's my job to be a basketball historian. It's not KD's job. It's KD's job to do things the historians talk about. So this isn't me taking shots at Durant at all. But I think Duncan's interesting. Duncan could hit mid-range jump shots too. But guess what he understood? Not what I'm here for. I'm here to play defense and play the most efficient offense possible. And so I think it's a mentality switch for Anthony Davis to get to the level that we all know he can get to, and that, by the way, he was showing flashes of his second to last year in New Orleans. The Rondo year, the year Boogie went down, AD wasn't shooting a ton of threes, shooting some. He was dominating down low when need be. And that's what the Lakers are going to need even when LeBron comes back, Jenna.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.